Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 166 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of August 21st, 2021. I am your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have one engineer, that's Nick Christensen. One fireman, that's TJ Sakosio.
Hello.
One horseman, that's Dean Massara.
Greetings, programs.
And Horizon is our brakeman.
Hello.
Hello.
We got a whole train on here now.
We do. We've got one of everything. It's the monk walks up to the hot dog stand and he says, "Make me one with everything."
Yeah.
Anyway, that and so many more worthless jokes.
I'm joking. The podcast.
Never mind. It's killed TJ.
The podcast. I'm joking.
When we come back from the intro, we'll find out if TJ is still alive.
Okay, tonight we are in Barstow, California. It is a very desolate wasteland. As you can see, there are no buildings, there are no tracks. It is just hell.
I mean, I'm seeing both buildings and tracks.
Gas
so
to the roof.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what you're
gas
looking
to
at.
the roof. You're out.
We're in the
Well, thankfully it's not that
I'm
smoky
not
here.
blind.
But yeah, Barstow, because we're filming this light, so we needed a camera that still had a light.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's bang out the class of mental of responsibility because we have an interesting shakeup this week, at least as far as I can tell. Starting with NS, who had a small incident on August the 5th. That is a minor derailment of an engine on a branch line. Then
Normal day.
Then Canadian Pacific had a derailment on August the 10th in Thunder Bay, Ontario. There's a video of them cleaning that one up. Union Pacific had its only crash of the period on the 11th. They hit a minivan. The mother and children inside were injured, but they're still alive, which is good and not typical when a car gets hit by a train. After that... Oh, actually on the same day, CP had their second incident, which was a head-on collision. I don't know many of the details here, but this is not the kind of thing that happens every day, so it's a little more noteworthy than a lot of our crashes. I'm also assuming this is CP, because as far as I can tell, it's CP. If it's CN, somebody can correct me in the comments. But this was in Calgary. Thank you, person on motorcycle. And a nearby resident said he thought it was a plane crash because it was so loud. Yeah, we only have one bad picture of what happened. And there were...
I mean, you know what they say, picture didn't happen, so...
Yeah, so we know that it did
happened.
in fact happen. At least we think. You never know with deep fakes
Or
these
did
days.
it?
They're
Yeah,
going to
right.
start deep faking crashes just to screw with us.
Us specifically.
Yes, specifically the class of natal responsibility. Frankly, I think it's a ploy by the Roundhouse podcast to take us down.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nico's work just has his vendetta against us.
Mm-hmm. He has no idea who we
It's
are.
a conspiracy made up by Big Brick Roundhouse.
Big brick roundhouse. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Oh, or
Yes,
Big
you see what
Concrete. Man, we have an interesting chapter of the Big Concrete saga today, although
Oh,
it's not
no.
explicitly
That big
it's not
turntable.
explicitly related to that. But TJ, your discussion topic, I think it's worth bringing up Big Concrete as well.
Yes.
Anyway, we have 4 more incidents. 2 were on August the 16th. CSX hit a semi. We have a video of that. And NS had a hell of a wreck. 32 cars derailed. We have a news photo from Trains Magazine on that one. Then on the 18th, there was a freight train derailment, and it was KCS. They have managed to sneak in a derailment before their inevitable demise, and they no longer hold the mantle. CSX also doesn't hold it. They've got a second accident in Indiana, 14 cars, some of them tank cars by the looks, but no giant explosion. So, in some respects disappointing, but in other ways, thankful, because it was kind of it was not in the middle of nowhere, that's for sure.
Was it an urban area?
I can't tell. 10 homes were evacuated, so I assume it was suburban.
Okay.
But,
It was populated.
Quote, I've never seen a train wreck like this before. I mean, those are big cars and they're messed up. It's really messed up down there. This was in Shelby County, just for the record. 100 feet of rails off the ground, cars stacked on top of one another. It's a mess. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so KCS is no longer the current holder of the Class 1 National Responsibility. That honor now falls to Canadian National. Let's see if they can hold it. If not, BNSF is the next in line. So all of these articles are going to be in the Cargoes doc, which you can find in the description of this podcast. So if you want to see any of the accidents or watch the videos of the accidents or, whatever, that's where you find them. And it also keeps track of the current holder of the mantle. So, without further ado, I have, a bunch of lovely people on the show. What have we all been up to over the past few weeks? I know a few of us have some pretty good stories to tell, but otherwise, just how's everybody doing?
I've been doing good. Getting used to being up further north in the state of Oregon. So that's been interesting, getting to kind of find out what's around here and what I could be involved with, because I'm closer. So one of the things that I found was on Google Earth, out a little bit east of Salem, about probably 5 miles out of town, there's an abandoned wooden trestle on an old railroad right away. SP, and it's still there.
Oh yeah?
So I thought, okay, this is going to be cool. So I walked probably a quarter of a mile of bold wire away to get to this trestle.
Okay.
Which I'm printing the photos here in the podcast chat.
How was the right of way? Was it very overgrown?
Pretty good. It was pretty good up until the other end of the trestle.
Oh, did you walk across the whole trestle?
Oh yeah, I did.
That's not dangerous at all.
I would not be doing that. Oh, it's not that bad.
It's pretty stable, and the last time I saw a train was 2013.
Oh, it's not actually that old. I just remember going with TJ to explore the Valley Railroad and the big bridge in the Valley Railroad, looking at it and going, oh, that's neat. I'm going to stay over here.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's really I don't know what the word is, but it's got a certain vibe to it.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. How neat is that?
Yeah, it's just a bridge that goes 25 feet over. Well, I think at one point was a creek, but it dried up. Or maybe it's I don't know. There's probably some engineering reason why it's there, other than there's just a big gap.
It's probably a creek when it rains.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was very fun to go out and see.
How long did you hike to get to this?
About a quarter of a mile from the nearest road.
Oh, that's not that bad at all.
In air quote. Actually, no, it is a crossing because the Wales is still there. It's just there aren't whales during the here or past the crossing.
So it's just they haven't bothered to take the rails out of the asphalt?
Yep.
One of those crossing.
Yep.
There were a few of those in, Cranston on what used to be the Pontiac branch. I remember growing up, driving across crossings, full well knowing there were no, trains around, Like,
Yeah.
huh.
I'm getting ready to dump the next photos for my next adventure that I did, which was I got a text from my friend Kyle. He said, "Hey, they're having an open house with the steam engine in Woodburn." And I said, "Willie, what time?" And he said, 4 p.m. yesterday. And I said, "Huh." Well, yesterday, well, been to today.
Yeah. No, I get it. He
Um,
wasn't telling you about an event the day afterward. That would be kind of
No,
unfortunate.
he told me it the day before. I'm like, ooh, I get off of work before then. I can make this work. Uh, so that's what I did. I went up there and we got a semi-guided, semi-self-guided tour. Southern Pacific Steamboat Club 1785.
Which is a mogul?
Yeah, SP M6 Mogul. Uh, I'm putting the photos here in chat, but
Alright. I just realized I need
it's
to
very
unpin the old questions.
okay. That's fair. But it's a very well cosmetically preserved engine. Um,
Yeah, it looks very
probably
nice.
probably one of the nicest engines on the West Coast in terms of cosmetic, and it's probably the most historically accurate one.
It looks really
One of them
nice.
anyway.
It does
Especially on
look
the inside.
good.
It's still got all the gauges, all the brass, all the red
Yep.
handles.
Yep, that was the part of the work that they've done to the engine over the years, getting all that stuff and making it how it was when it was last fired up in 1957 or 8.
Wow.
It's a,
And
Protecting how are they protecting against vandalism?
Fence.
there's a fence.
Got a fence? Oh.
It's not too often you see one of these fenced-in engines cared for this well.
Yeah,
yeah.
normally they just put the fence over and that's it from there. But no, there is a gate to the fence, so people do go in and do work to the engine every now and then.
I will
I'm
say
trying
it looks a hell of a lot better than the fenced-in engine over by me, which is SB 1238.
So here's a
Of
photo
course.
of something coming out of the tender that the U.S. Army might be interested in.
Oh no.
Because
Someone
I
say
found
oil?
out, yeah,
No, I heard oil.
because when
That
when SP donated the engine, she was still filled up for her next one.
Huh.
So
I guess we're not going to use this anymore. You guys can have it.
yeah,
And it's just sat in there for how
well,
long?
many years.
That's
So
gotta
that
be
was-
some horrible oil.
Yeah, I would not use that
What'd that
oil.
one make?
I wouldn't put that oil in my
I wouldn't
car.
even try. I wouldn't try to
Yeah.
burn it. I would just say, like it's more just like this big block of sludge. It's just
Oh yeah, it
gelatinous
without doubt
solid.
it is just a big
It's just a
block of
gelatinous
slugs
substance.
at this point.
It's just a gelatinous substance now.
You
Gotta
you
burn
gotta
the
you
whole tender
peel.
to get it out.
Yeah, you peel off the tender, and it's just a tender-shaped lump of oil. That then you have to mine. You just
Yeah.
you get at it with a pickaxe and break into chunks, and then
like the real stuff. No,
yeah,
no,
then you
like
shovel it in. Hey, wait a minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
thinking emoji.
It's okay because we aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Mainly because the firebox on the engine has some massive deterioration to it.
Oh no.
Because when they
Oh,
put it on
dear.
display, they didn't put a stop cap on her.
Oh
Oh.
no.
So all that moisture got into the firebox, and
And rusted.
what I've been told, back in the 1980s, when they wanted to restore it to operation gobbles, they were quoted $3 million to repair it, just the firebox.
Ooh.
In 1980.
You could make so many 2-foot gauge engines for that.
Yeah. Needless to say, nowadays, I think it's a bit easier with places like Strasbourg that do it professionally now.
Yeah.
Probably around the neighborhood of a mill and a half now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a ton of money.
But
also,
are there any
really interesting thing about the suspension under the firebox?
I just took a look at
one of the things. Crap, I forgot what the
springs.
One of the springs is vertical as opposed to horizontal.
That's like that's like the big boy at
because
Steamtown.
Yeah.
I just took a look at it. $3 million in 1980 is $10 million today.
Yeah. Needless to say, I don't think it would cost that today, but that's just my very conservative estimate of it. But anyway, it had the main vertical, so that way it rode better in the rear of the engine. These engines were notorious for riding really well on bad track.
Really?
Notorious.
They
famously well.
Yeah, famously.
I mean,
notorious is quite the word choice.
These were some of the favorites of SP Braxine and mainline crews. Because in the GS doing 80, that thing still shook really bad, even on the main line, along some less maintained sections of main line. Whereas when you're doing 60, it's like a Cadillac. It just rides well.
Wait, so is this a two-piece cut bar? Like in the picture, it's like as a smoke box. That cut bar looks like it's in two pieces.
I assume it's so that you can pull it from either side and you don't have to move the whole bar.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
That makes a lot of sense then.
So that way, if you have a switchman on one side or the other side, you can still do your lane.
It's just easier. I mean, most cut bars are like one piece, but this just makes it a little easier, I guess.
Yeah, for whatever side you're on. And you don't have to pick the entire lane up, in theory.
It's
a neat engine that is in beautiful shape, and
that they should restore and run on the mainline gobbles.
Exactly.
Yes. And I'm now a part of their group. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I talked to the main guy that gave us the tour. His name's John. He's been in whale preservation since he was 15 years old.
Oh, what a
he's worked on the 1785 since then. And he's also worked on the 4449, the 700.
Oh, cool.
And he's the volunteer coordinator at Sumter Valley.
Oh. Well, that's a connection.
Yeah. So he's just a very knowledgeable guy that's been around this engine for a while. So he explained in deep detail everything about the engine.
That's cool.
Including the multi-million-dollar question of what would it take to get it running.
Yeah.
Which is mainly shot down to the firebox.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. The running gear is in pretty good condition. Everything else held up really well over the years due to how well kept it was.
Man, everything looks great on that engine. It's a shame that it's just very, very nice on the outside and a little oofed on the inside.
Yeah.
A little in hell.
Tad.
But there's also some other fine looking boys here in the chat that TJ has posted.
Yes. I have some very nice boys.
Talking about engines that look good on both the outside and the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ellis and I took a trip up
As we
to the, yeah, as you do, and we took a trip up to the WWNF for their annual picnic, where they had three of the three operating main 2-foot locomotives,
Yep. And they also had the other two
and they had the other two as well. Yeah,
just hanging out.
yeah, they were there for fun, as you can see in the picture of 3 and 4.
Yep. And it's funny that this is lined up perfectly. You cannot see 8, which is parked directly behind 4.
Yeah,
3 with the little motorcycle headlight. I think I did talk about this a little bit last time on the last podcast. Yeah, you didn't make the last show, and I was like, oh, I went to the thing with TJ. But if there's any
Yeah.
further insights that you would like to share from this fantastic event,
well, a couple things. A couple of the photos I took were, I liked a lot.
oh yeah, this one in
Um,
particular, the one with 7 and 9, is fantastic.
Yeah, that was the shot of the day, definitely. And then the video of the doubleheader working upgrade
Oh,
is
okay.
a watch,
Let me
I
pull
would
that
say.
up. Oh, I don't actually have a way to show the audience that. Hold on. I need to download it and then open it.
It should be super compressed, so
Yeah. I need to go to my downloads. It's such a pain to show video on this show. Yeah, no, that is awesome. That is just so awesome. Everyone's sticking their heads out the window.
yeah. And I guess since you kind of went over already, I just want to say I had a great weekend. That weekend, that day especially,
Mm-hmm.
train wise. It was definitely like as the central main 2-foot foamer of the group. Um, I would say that this was like paradise.
Oh yeah.
Along with the announcements that 4 and 8 are gonna hopefully get rebuilt in the future, talking about later in the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's only getting better, baby.
I know.
Um,
Everyone loves 2-footers. It's what the people want, right?
exactly, and like it's
Is
like
it?
right in that area
Mhm.
where it's low cost enough, for like organizations to actually commit to things like this.
You don't get
Um,
a $3 million quote for a
Yeah, I know. It's
sidewalk
like
in
yeah, exactly.
1980.
Yeah, when you're outfitted $3 million
200K and we'll
dollars.
have you a new engine right here.
Yeah, exactly. Like a whole new engine from scratch. Like, hopefully at some point we'll have 6 operating steam locomotives, but one will not be original.
Mm-hmm.
One will be a reproduction. Um, yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about the annual picnic.
There was something I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, and I hope we liked it because we're never doing it again.
Yeah, I hope you all had fun because we're never doing this again.
Says Ed.
The
Oh.
year of the roundups that will never happen again.
I know. Oh my god, I'm so upset that I'm not in Colorado right now.
I know.
I-
I should have just bit the bullet, taken another week of PTO that I have, and just done it.
I should have just emptied my bank account. I
Okay,
No,
Alex,
don't empty your bank account. You
sometime
need
all
that
those
for your house.
sometime all those 3-footers will come out east when the EBT is.
yeah, right.
running.
Yeah, right.
Imagine like
Yeah, we
Eureka
could. Yeah.
And
425 on the EBT.
Oh my god. I mean,
Who's
that
that
would be
be?
amazing
No.
to
Yeah.
see. I
But-
mean, okay, let's be honest. Lynn Modinger would kill to have 20 on the EBT.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
he
Why do you
would.
think he has the EBT?
20
Yeah.
would kill to be on,
20 on it.
on the EPT.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
she'd
He's
kill
like-
all right.
He was like-
She would
he was like,
kill
"Hmm,
hard.
I need somewhere to run 20. I have an idea.
Yeah,
Starts
it's too bad
EBT
It's a
Foundation.
genius
Several
plan.
dead bodies
Starts throwing
later.
money at the EBT.
he wasn't
Yeah.
able to hang on to 20 long enough to get a hold of the EBT while he still had 20. He strung
He
that
was-
restoration out as long as he possibly could, but it wasn't long enough. This is my headcanon. I'm pretty sure he
He's
did it
like-
on
Yeah.
purpose.
He's like, the deal's pending. Come on.
Although, yeah, they are. Also, 3 is for sale. Speaking of the EBT,
Yeah.
anybody want to
That-
buy Anybody want to buy an 060?
For
Sure.
$300,000.
It's such a okay. First, it's not a bad price for a steam locomotive. Second, it is
No.
so much more than you might typically pay for a steam locomotive because it's usually listen, you can just have it if you get it out of here. But
Yeah, or I got you $1.
yeah, they seem to not be
That's the
worried.
going price. Yeah.
They seem to not be worried about it lingering. People not wanting to buy it.
It's like they'll trade you this Happy Meal for your
I
steam
mean, it's
engine.
been in the same shed since the 1950s.
Right? It looks just so dusty. I was looking at it
I'm looking
earlier.
for you.
It's like, it just looks. It looks like a barn
Although-
find. You know.
Yeah, it
I want you to
does.
use this happy hot dog for your
Although there
locomotive.
has been some water that's gotten in the building.
Yeah.
And as a result into the engine. So there's still some work to be done there, but not as much as quite a few engines in the US.
Ran when parked.
Yeah. No, it
Lel.
probably actually did run when
Yeah.
parked. It's the EBT. Everything ran when parked.
That's true. I need to. I need to
hard
get
for
over
the man.
to the EBT. I know we're supposed to do a trip vote in well, at the end of after the podcast, I'm going to set up the thing, and the EBT isn't explicitly included in any of the trips. But if it's one of them that's close to it, when it comes time for the planning stage, I still might petition to go to the EBT as part of the trip because, I mean, it's who would have expected this? Roll back the clock 2 years and the EBT is dead. Roll forward the clock a year and they have a steam engine.
Yeah. And are in the process of building or rebuilding another one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think 16 is well underway. We were talking about that a couple nights ago. Because
they're making some really great progress there.
Yeah.
Which it helps that they have some really great people there, talented people.
it helps they have Lynn Modinger on their side.
Yeah, that too.
It's like if you have a railroad project and you put Lynn Modinger on it, or like Doyle McCormick, or who else is a huge name? I guess Ross Rowland, although not so much anymore. Just any of these just steam gods. Ed Dickens. Let's hire Ed Dickens for our private railroad.
Yeah.
Oh, here's someone that knows what they're doing, really knows what they're doing, and has that know-how and the capital to back it up.
Yeah.
You think Lynn Modinger is the person who's made the most from, the person who's singularly made the most money from tourist operations in the U.S.?
Bobby.
There may have been groups that have made
I could
more.
believe it.
Yeah, there may have been
But
groups that have
in
made
terms of individuals,
Exactly.
yeah, he's probably the top.
He could probably live in a
and-
goddamn mansion. Instead, he lives in
Yeah.
a house at the Strasbourg Railroad.
That's
I
fair.
mean, if I was a rich train foamer, where else would you live,
Yeah,
Um,
a house at the WMNF.
Exactly. I want to be like that guy walking home from the picnic just to his house, an address down.
Yeah, literally across the street from Sheepscot Station. There's
Yeah.
good reasons to be jealous. Anyway, Dean, what have you got here? You're missing a headlight and a smokestack. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, before the trip, I decided that I would run in my River Rossi S100 I got for how much did I get it for? I think
I got you
$40.
$1.
I got it for real cheap. I have no idea why I did, but I did. I got it for 60. Okay, because I checked the price. But I decided that I would run it in because I hadn't done that, and I've owned it for about a year and a half now, maybe 2 years.
okay.
The first thing that I do when I put the trout together, open the box,
Oops.
and then the engine falls out. I drop the
we
engine
went too
onto.
far.
I drop the engine onto a hardwood floor. The smokestack and headlight break off. So I was like, God bless it.
Oh.
God bless it.
But
Oh no.
But I did run it in anyway. it ran all right despite the extremely
Good.
dirty track that I had, as you can plainly see in the first picture.
Yeah.
And this was before Operation Apollo, which was about last month now.
Yeah.
So I decided one day after Apollo, okay, I might as well run it in and clean the tracks a little bit, because by this point I had just gotten it back from its repair. I had a little box car to tow around with it. So I ran in, just ran flawlessly. Didn't have any issues, which I was concerned about because I dropped the damn thing from like
Mhm.
5 feet high.
Mm.
But it's a good runner. I'm actually glad that I got it. Like one day I will probably put DCC in it, but money and stuff. And even
Yeah.
then, and like even then, there aren't any model railroad clubs by me. I don't have any space.
Just put
Money
your
or
track on the floor.
yeah,
unlimited
I put it on
space.
like a table. But even then, it's like a DC layout only. It's because I'm cheap and all.
Yeah, DC. Just like,
Yeah.
you mean like with like a power transformer that's also on the
Yeah.
floor that runs the train between multiple rooms of your house?
Yeah.
I don't know what you. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I still
that'd be
have.
interesting.
I've been tempted to mark the sections of track that I have to take out when I close the doors. Just
You should
as
make a
special
you
segments.
should make like a lift bridge.
Yeah.
The
I
lift
thought you were going
bridge,
to say make
but
a cutout in the door.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Mhm.
That would be hilarious until
But
I don't have the
also,
train anymore and I've just got doors with big holes in them.
Eh.
Like,
well, then just say they're dog doors. I bet Laffy could fit through those.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of the problem. If I'm like,
Train
okay,
tunnel.
stay in this room, and he just walks out through the giant hole in the door. It's like,
Mhm.
That'd make for a funny video.
Kind
though.
of defeats the purpose of a door.
see if he can time it
Awesome.
not to get hit by the train. Just kidding, that's mean.
Exactly. He'd have to learn.
listen. A door is just a semi-permeable membrane.
Membrane.
Science.
Membrane.
It's a door member.
Membrane.
Meme fix 420.
So,
But
Anyway.
everyone's fine. I'm very happy with it. It's just there wasn't much for me to do with it, which kind of sucks. But it's my first engine that I've bought myself. I'm proud of it, and I wouldn't trade it in for the world. I just want to put DCC in it so that when I do go up next time or eventually, then I can run it like on the PN.
yeah.
Nice.
And you wouldn't
You
be
know
the
what?
first
I
person.
can't run on the PN.
What?
Interurbans.
Oh God. I wanted to give
Okay.
Horizon a little
We
time
don't-
because we're past
Oh,
we're
sorry.
past time on this, but
Okay.
I did want
Yeah.
Horizon to be able to talk. So
Okay.
what's up, dude?
Let's shut up.
I've been fine. I'm in face-to-face college, which is a rarity.
Fun stuff.
So, yeah. Also, get really, really good shots of the local tracks running by. Let me
Hey.
see if the video would like to load here. It's quite a big file.
Big chungus, big chungus.
So what can you see from your campus
Yeah.
exactly?
Hang on, it's still loading. It's 66 megabytes, and Apple does not like doing things.
Oh God.
Well,
Is that even gonna? Is
it's good.
Discord gonna let you post that?
Oh yeah, I got Nitro. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Nitro gain.
But yeah, that's the tracks right there.
We're
Yeah,
not sponsored by
but-
Discord.
They're pretty close to the campus.
It's actually a common theme with some colleges. Tracks
Yeah.
incredibly close to the campus. I know at Oregon State University, the tracks go right through campus.
I know in
Oh yeah.
what was it? The one in Fort Collins, Colorado. That Shelby just hates with a burning passion.
Mm,
This one also cuts basically through the campus, and also a few city streets.
You know, it would be kind of funny. I noticed there are like tennis courts there. Imagine if there was a tennis court, but the net was the train tracks. And so the train,
Yeah.
Oh,
the train
God.
comes, and suddenly the game gets much harder. Or like volleyball over the train.
oh, geez.
Challenge mode
I-
activate.
Yeah, no, we need this in the Olympics.
Train volleyball.
That's pretty cool. I wish I was close
Mhm.
to freight trains. Maybe not that close, but you know,
No.
Yeah.
close to freight trains other than Woda.
Hey,
But
what about?
I get like
Hey,
3
you're
or
in PR2 and
4 in the time
PR3.
that I'm
Yeah.
on campus. So
I'm waiting. There was a run on the Elmwood or the Warwick Industrial Track a little while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hey.
they use it intermittently. Yeah.
Did you
Pretty
catch it,
cool.
or did you
No,
just
no,
find
I
out
just saw it
about
on
it? Oh,
Facebook.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it happens like with fair regularity, based on the posts on Facebook. Which I haven't actually logged into Facebook since Apollo. Should probably go back to
So,
doing that.
what
But when I
is
was
Facebook?
paying attention to it,
yeah, if you're in that group, the one that posts like a million times a day,
hmm
then you can pretty much get the deets on where all the trains are at to fan besides Woda.
Nice. That's always good when you have a rail fan group that's that connected.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can thank Achilles.
I know.
for get-
Julie's the
Yeah.
railfan king or whatever we
Yeah,
call him.
Achilles has got all the
Yeah.
hacks. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Anchor.
does.
He knows.
Hacker man.
He knows things.
Forbidden knowledge.
Who's
Forbidden.
excited for the hurricane? Am I right, guys?
Oh God. Anyway,
Hurricane
Oh yeah,
Latina
you
blowout.
guys
I'm
on the
always
East
prepared
Coast
yeah.
have
for
to
it.
So
deal with
anyway,
that.
yeah. Before we get hit by this damn hurricane, let's get to the next segment,
Yeah.
which is our own hurricane, I suppose. Oops, something broke. I just broke this. Who added an extra line in here?
Not breaking the
Oh,
format.
Someone added an extra line in their thing, and it pushed the locomotive verses down by a whole entire page. Speaking of which, I just said what it is. Who wants to actually say what it is?
That's good enough.
God,
There we
why?
go. there we go. All right, so this is what we got. In one corner, we have perfectly identical violence, or symmetrical violence. In one corner, we have nickel plate 765. In the other corner, we have CNO 2716.
Hey.
Competitors, please send me images of your locomotives.
No.
Just
Okay, fortunately for me, there's a metric
one
ton
sec.
of them, but unfortunately for him, he also has a metric ton. Um,
Ton of
these were both
guns.
very well traveled engines. They're crashes anyway, and bolt that were.
can I have
Picture.
a bigger picture than that?
I'm
That one is
Don't do
small.
anything.
I'm sure that there are bigger pictures of 765.
No, it turns out no one has ever taken a picture of 765 ever.
How is that even
It's
smaller?
all
What?
a conspiracy.
What is
It
going
was
on?
even smaller.
Oop.
What are you copying?
Listen,
Like, what
keep
internet
sending me
copy?
them. I'll make a
Yes.
collage.
A collage.
Smaller still.
What are you doing?
It's getting worse.
Just
See,
copy
this
and
is
paste
Now
them
better.
from
energy.
Google Images.
Well, that's why they're small. Send me a link to a picture instead.
Ugh.
You can't
Didn't you
just
learn
paste
this
the
in-
thumbnail and expect it to be
Right.
bigger.
Like the
Yes.
Kanawa over
Library
here.
class.
She's
Berkshire.
big.
Kanawana.
Kanawa.
Berkshire.
Kayahungus.
Oh no, your message
this
is
is my-
over 4,000
go.
characters. I'm sorry, what?
Listen,
But-
here you go. Take that one and just roll with it.
You just
But
you gotta
Alice, this is
open
my-
a new tab, and then
I am in a new tab.
I don't understand what this problem is.
I don't know.
Alcoholism.
What in the
Rule G,
What?
piss test.
Well, gee.
Where's the picture? Where's the picture from the other day in Railways Online? Piss test. What?
Yeah.
I have one picture.
Hold
What?
on.
Oh, I have this
That's
one.
a good
I got it.
What?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Duh.
yeah, no,
I
And
can hear the theme.
no, I meant
and they're
this
both
guy.
That's the only one I've got.
Just joined. Oh, never mind.
no one. No one.
I thought I just heard the sound. I don't know what
Yeah, I
happened.
accidentally.
I did too.
I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
What?
Ay.
Anyway,
Who shall go first?
who shall go first? I think.
Flip a coin.
Well, no, it's up for you and me and TJ to decide.
Lowkey.
I think. Yeah, Milky can go first.
Okay.
Because the canal was on the front cover of Trains.
God.
It's also my main steam engine in MPS.
It's
It's also
It's
green.
like one of the only steam engines in MPS,
Yeah.
so there's that.
Is it blue or is it black?
It's like the only big American steam engine in there right
Runs with
now.
green.
The Pacific is there.
Pacific's not that
Okay.
big. I would call Pacific a medium-sized engine.
Well, you know what? This is Trades with a Z we're talking about, so
Yeah.
that's close enough.
Pretty chunky. What is your Loco base ID?
Oh, for crying out loud! What an
Favorite
opening.
Starting with this one, are we?
52.
52.
55, damn it.
55. All right.
Nice.
1 point for 765.
Okay.
We've started. There are points on the board.
Yay.
Du-du-du-du.
Alright.
Stuck in my head, I got-
I know.
Well, the negotiations were short.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
We don't negotiate
Or do
with
we?
Kanawas.
Glenbrook on the loop for the first time, 8/3/2021.
God.
Right.
Not the
Alright,
Georgetown
so
loop.
now
Not
I
the
go
Georgetown
yes.
Glenbrook on the Georgetown Loop. Just pain. Pain.
just falls
The
off
engine
the
would just
trestle
die.
immediately.
Yeah. Let's see here. Minimum weight of rail, what's yours?
122.
105.
Oh, that's a lot lighter.
Wow.
All right. This opens some windows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is something different about these engines.
Perhaps.
Oh yeah, there definitely is.
Mayhaps.
That's part of the reason
Yeah, I
people
think I know what
complained
it
about
is.
us putting this one up because they were like, it's going to be the same. It's like,
But yeah, again, when we had the AC9 and AC12 up against each other, we fought kind of the same thing, but they were different. I'm not going to say
Well,
how,
yeah,
but
that's
they were
because the SP is weird.
different.
you should just do the AC10 versus the AC11 or something.
Yeah.
And just see how many,
That'd be interesting.
just see how many stats you're exactly the same in.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Horizon.
Did I not just go? Or no?
Didn't you?
Yeah,
You
but
What did
you
you
just
have?
called minimum weight of rail, right?
Yeah,
and
I
you
did,
won.
and I already said
And
it.
you
Go
won.
again.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
I haven't been
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
this isn't Royale.
You're used to Royale.
Yes, I'm used to Royale.
Yes, you
let's
keep
see.
going
What-
until you lose, and then the ball goes to Milky.
Okay. This is how that works. Let's see here then. Engine weight.
Engine weight. Milky.
460,000 pounds.
428,500.
Okay,
You
that's lighter.
Mm-hmm. Now what? Tender loaded weight.
Uh, 388,000.
Jesus,
356,000.
that's a little bit lighter.
Yes.
I was kind of wondering if that was just going to randomly flip the script for no particular reason.
No, if it,
You know,
it was, I
sometimes
was gonna be
tender's the
wet.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Valve gear.
Baker.
Baker.
And now Milky has the
That
ball.
was a
Yeah.
mistake.
Ooh.
Mm.
All right, Milky, go
Ooh,
ahead.
size large.
How many of you were built?
Oh,
80.
90.
hey, there's one.
Darn it.
Number
Milky's
in
got
class.
a point. Oh, jeez.
Number in class, also
Yep.
8.
So 90,
Also 90.
of course.
The double dip.
The double dip. And the big gulp.
The
Um,
big gulp.
Okay,
That's a
so
lemonade.
what is your chapter effort?
64,135.
Mine is much nicer. 69,368.
I was waiting for that
No.
one.
You were this close to greatness.
Yeah.
This close. The funny number.
69.
The double funny number.
Uh-huh. All right.
Booster.
Booster.
If you have
Booster.
one.
You both have boosters?
The
Maybe I would-
Void.
I didn't think
It'd be on-
765 had a booster. All right, Milky, try again.
Okay. I tried.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he had one or not, but he's not a cool kid.
It's okay, don't worry. We'll put this against 3713 now. That also has a booster. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Oh no. That'd be terrible for 3715.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Border presser.
That is 245.
Damn. Same.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Why do you both have weird boiler pressures? I mean, I'm not surprised you both have it, but that's a
Yeah.
odd number to stick on. All right, go ahead, Horizon.
Yeah. Factor of adhesion.
So close to a meme number.
Oh no,
4.21.
that's not great.
3.92.
That's much better. All right, 765 gets 5 points in total. So it's 5-3 right now. Go ahead, Horizon.
Alright. Let's see. Total engine and tender weight.
Good call.
848,000.
784,500.
Okay.
6-3.
Let's see what other stats are there.
There's many of them.
Yes, I know there's many of them. That doesn't say. Probably not that. Driver diameter.
Interesting.
69.
Nice.
Also
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, all right. That's what I
Nice,
expected. All
sir?
right,
Question
Milky,
mark?
you're up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Down by 3. Where can you win with this engine?
What is the tender water capacity?
Tender water capacity.
22,000 gallons.
Damn it, 21,000.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Well, now it's 7-3. Horizon, you're up again.
Done that. Do I want to do this? High pressure cylinders.
I press the cylinders. Yeah, 26 by 34.
25 by 34.
Ooh.
All right, that's one for
Gonna be
Milky.
those guys, you know.
It's 4-7.
Oh wait, winning by an inch.
1 inch, it makes the difference.
Yeah, I guess.
What are you gonna do? Got some options. Got some choices.
Yeah, there are some choices here.
You know you're the bigger engine, so how can you make use of that?
Great area?
Great area.
Let's see. This is the right number. Yes, 90.3.
90.3.
Oh, all right. Back to Horizon.
Evaporative heating surface.
Upper repeating surface. Yes, 4773.
4772.
Oh my God! Way to be those guys, so you know.
Wow.
All right, it is now
Okay.
5-7.
Superheating surface.
1992.
How the hell did you fit more in there?
Mm-mm.
1932.
Oh my goodness. Still slightly different. All right, it is
Well,
8-5.
since I know combined heating surface.
Yes, 6705.
6764.
Slightly better. It's
Same as
interesting.
above, but same as above plus superheater percentage.
28,539.
28,539.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. How? Okay,
About
that's
for
Magic.
being
interesting.
surface divided by cylinder volume.
Oh, that's a good one.
247.
228.48.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know why you called that one. It is now 10-5 in favor of
I
765.
thought bigger cylinder volume would help that number.
No, it does the opposite.
Longer. Oof. Okay. No, it looks fair. I'll take that L.
Overall wheelbase.
93.17.
87.73.
That's a little smaller. A little better.
Alright. Engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase. Yes, 42.
The answer to the universe, 42.
Yes.
You both are the same.
Yes.
Like, you guys are the same in the weirdest dimensions, and then not the same in ones I would expect you to be the same in.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on here. All right, Milky, it's 5-11. You're down by 6.
Yeah, I'm just gonna weed up on something real fast.
I get an idea of what you might be reading up on, and I don't think it's going to help you very much. But
No, it isn't. Especially here in this scenario that we're in.
right.
Tender fuel capacity.
Okay.
22.
30.
There you go. That's where the extra weight is.
Yeah.
All right, 6-11.
6 tons makes a difference.
And what do you get?
None of the other.
Last minute king checks. Oh, hurricane checks. Gotcha.
No, he's checking for a sugar cane. Get it right.
Well, I figured he was growing some candy canes, actually.
What?
What? I
You
know.
don't
I know
grow
they're.
candy canes.
Well, not
You
in this
forge
weather.
them.
That's
You
that's the
forged
joke.
them. Forged in the fires of Mordor.
Forged in the snow of the North Pole. Births the candy cane.
So
what year were you built?
Year 1934.
Okay. Yes.
Both 1934.
No, 1943.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to remember in my head when 765 was built.
All right, now you're down by only
But
4.
I didn't know when the first Berkshire for the NKP was built, so that was a gamble. Because I knew that 765 was built during the war, I think. So it was a gamble, but it paid off. So I'll take it.
All right.
I'm just doing some reading on this.
Loki's like, I gotta figure out. I gotta investigate. Gotta figure out where I can win.
Zaki, you know what tubes?
73 at 2 1/4.
Same.
God damn it! All right, Horizon,
Life
your
is full
turn.
of tubes.
Let's go with flues.
Okay.
202, 3.5.
202 3.5.
I don't know how you thought that was gonna go differently. I mean, I get
No,
that.
I didn't think it was, but you know.
I just don't understand if that's what that is. How your numbers are different for evaporative.
You know what? There's some weird things going on with these engines.
Yeah, I don't know. They're the same, but they're not the same. This is like
Yeah.
the when you meet yourself from another universe and you're recognizable,
Mhm.
but you're a little different because you had a whole different
Yeah.
backstory.
Well,
Exactly.
I have on the stat
Um,
page, quote, the nickel plate's Berkshire design emerged from the AMC in 1934 as a, quote, mathematically scaled down version of the T1s.
Like
nice.
many men, I was born at a young age.
Yeah. You know what? Power MT.
Oh, Power MT. Okay.
Our 1280.38.
Okay. Okay, that's respectable. 996.76.
Oh my god.
That's a lot lower.
Yeah.
That's a lot less power.
Yikes! That's not what I expected at all.
Since we're doing that, Power L1.
Oh boy.
33,005.
3600 458.
Wait, you mean 36,000? Yeah.
36,000, yes.
Okay, so yours is still slightly better. I didn't actually expect that. We have 20 points. Horizon, if you want to go to style points now, you can. If not, you can just sort of you can keep going with the stats for as long as you want to.
Yeah, I have no idea how many other stats are left because I haven't been keeping track.
No, yeah, you just gotta have to. There
Yeah,
aren't a
that's
ton. You
right.
guys
Style
have done
points.
quite a few because you've had so many duplicates. You said style points?
Well, they're so similar. Yeah, style points, and they're so similar because this is literally a scaled down CNO engine.
Yes. All right. I wanted to. Okay, we had to do judge's choice. Dean, do you have a judge's choice?
Did someone call factor did someone call factor of adhesion yet? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did do factor of adhesion.
Okay, what hasn't been called?
I'm not entirely sure.
Haven't done builder.
That's true.
Haven't
I mean-
done
Mm.
driver wheel.
No, you haven't done driver wheelbase. I don't think.
Yeah, driver wheelbase.
yeah.
Ratio of driver wheelbase, overall engine, axle loading.
Do you both have axle loading?
What I have
Yeah, I
the
do.
void.
No, you don't have axle loading.
Okay.
Okay. I want to call builder actually.
Okay. And to
Fuck
that, I
that, I
gotta
know
say,
what it is.
I was built by two builders.
Go on.
These
Oh,
guys
boy.
named Jaima,
Right.
and then these guys named Alco.
Okay. What about you?
Wow, we're so twinning, Lima and
Yeah.
Alco.
All right. Never mind. That was a wasted
Hey.
call.
God.
That was a
I had
waste
a
of
feeling-
time.
I'm gonna check.
I'm glad I didn't call that because I was thinking, was he just built by one or was he built by two of them?
Yeah, it's
Did
both.
y'all,
Yeah.
did y'all do anything about tubes?
Yeah, we did tubes and
We
flues.
did
we
tubes,
didn't
we
do
did
flue
flues.
and tube length, which is probably
Okay.
identical.
Okay, flue and tube length.
All right.
Why not?
All right, 19.
Hey, you want to guess what mine is? 19.
19?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's like they stuck the same boiler on this thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. It really does
Using
feel like it.
emoji.
It's not. It doesn't seem scaled down to me.
Well, it's the scaled down version of the 210-4.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
TJ,
it's
are
scaled
you
down
no,
Texas.
TJ is not back yet. But I get the feeling he's not gonna. I'll just do this one. Robert Limace's power computation, which is probably gonna be identical.
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah. 22124.
Same.
Okay. All right. We're moving on to style points.
Yeah, Styles.
You guys.
I have many styles.
I mean, you both still
I also
run.
have many
You
styles.
both have excursion careers, right? Or does
Mhm.
2716 doesn't run right now, does it?
I don't believe so.
Well,
she does not run right now. Give it a year or so.
I think one of these had the last Steam revenue run on the nickel plate.
yeah, that
I-
sounds right.
I'd say the same for mine too.
You've got more sand, Milky.
Yeah, I do.
You've got
Do
so
in fact
much
have more
sand, dude.
sand.
You have a booster.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was a part of the Southern Railway Steam program.
Yeah, that's a good
where I
one.
sported some pretty paint
Oh no.
that I will show.
Oh no. Is it
There we
green?
go.
Okay, it's
No.
not
Yes, it
green. Oh,
was.
thank God.
It's
Oh.
just
But
gold.
I mean,
but
thank
it's
God.
red
I mean,
and
thank God.
pinstripe.
It's ugly. The green's ugly. Fight me. That is
So
really
there's-
pretty. I like that.
So there's the paint point.
Yeah, that is a pain point.
Yeah, I
Milky
think
had
I
a Freedom Eagle, so that's interesting.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. You have the eagle. I
Yeah,
forgot
that
about
too.
that.
That's
725 has a Mars light though, so that's kind of a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
And
Also, one of these is the last steam locomotive produced by Lima.
Okay, that's cool.
That's a point. That's pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
is a legit point.
Milky had a red roof in service.
That's
not
the
sure.
main point.
Paint.
Okay, never mind that. I mean,
Do I get a point for my time in the Southern Steam program, or did he already give me that?
I gave you both points for
Okay.
revenue careers, or sorry, not revenue careers. You know what I mean? Tourist careers, preservation
Okay.
careers. So there's that. I mean, and by that I mean it's a wash. You know, you guys don't get points for that because it's something you both
Yeah,
did.
of course.
763 almost got onto the AFT.
Yeah, well, almost
Almost.
only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and small thermonuclear devices.
True.
guys both
What's
have
the
power
percentage of
reverse.
survival?
Yeah, actually, how many of your class survive, Milky?
Many.
Okay.
I will get that
Okay.
exact number.
1, 2,
Okay,
3.
so there was one that died, so I'm not going to count that one.
Okay.
But it
I
did
think
exist. There.
I think I have 6 out of 80.
6
Okay,
out of 80.
and
What
I
is that as a
have-
percent?
Checking.
6 divided by 80? I don't
6
know.
divided by 80. Somebody get a calculator.
CAL. There. Cal. I don't.
0.075.
All right, 7.5%. Milky, can you do better than
13
that?
of me to vibe.
What?
13.
13 out of 90?
13%.
Yep.
13 out of 90. Dean,
1,
go.
3. Divided by 90. 14.4%.
Okay, that's much
Yeah.
better. I was gonna say if it's the same, if it's the effing same.
If it's the same, then there's something wrong
These
here.
two-
We have an
Yeah.
imposter.
These two have fates intertwined.
Yep.
Actually, does
Well, they're both
765
Berkshire.
have a? Oh, you both have a head and throttle.
Yep.
I don't know what else is unique between the two of you. I mean, you're both modern engines. You have all the fixins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cross compounds, polling pockets on the both of you, which is weird because who would want to poll with one of these engines?
Yeah.
Also, it wasn't like polling long since, banned by the time these
Yeah.
engines were made. When was polling
Yeah.
banned?
I think polling. The act of polling. Act of polling
Poland was
in
banned in
Belarus.
1939.
Okay.
That's concerningly late.
When?
Yeah, so
Wait, when?
mine could have actually used
No.
Poland.
I made a joke about Poland instead of polling. That wasn't an actual.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, they do sound similar.
Yeah. Haha, World War II funny. I want to go play Hearts of Iron. I want to play Hearts of Iron, damn it.
Hoi 4 is okay. Hoi 3 is better.
Hoi 4 is fun. I don't have Hoi 3. I like getting
Yes,
together
but-
multiplayer games in Hoi 4.
Hoi 3 is for those absolute psychopaths that like
Boy meets boy.
Yeah.
lines of order of battle everywhere.
Alright,
And
well, in lieu of that, I think we're done here. Can anybody pick out anything else?
I'm really
Uh,
scraping the bottom of the bill with this engine.
Yeah.
I think we're,
I thought my
done.
excursion career was going to save me from Doom, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
I'm surprised because
Yeah.
it's like, you're so much heavier of an engine, but what do you get from it? Nothing. In terms of power.
No,
Yeah.
there really isn't anything that you gain from it.
You botched your factor of adhesion, and it just robbed you of all your power.
Yeah.
So
More
anyway,
polling power, but
765 by the points. That's 15 to 11. Who are we voting for? TJ, I'm glad to see that you're back.
Yes.
So who do you like better, 765 or 2716?
765.
All right. What about you, Dean?
I mean, they're both kind of similar, but because Southern Steam Program 2716.
I knew that was coming. So now I'm the tiebreaker, and
Mhm.
honestly, I don't know which one to pick. I think oh man, looking at these two guys, I really don't know. I kind of like the looks of both of them, although
You want to pick me because you do.
my brain says, oh, 765, it makes so much sense, but my heart, for some reason, is telling me 2716.
Art.
maybe you're just
Listen to
that
your
big
brain.
of a
That's
fan of
probably a good
Kentucky
idea.
Steam.
That's
Yeah,
not
you know
the
what?
shape
Kentucky
of
Steam is
my
pretty
heart.
cool.
Yeah,
But then again, the Joliet Rocket is also pretty cool.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They went into Chicago, man. That's kind of sick.
Yeah, one of these days I want to
Yeah.
ride one of those, or at least see one of them. Oh man, what do I do? What do I pick? You know what? 765. I always thought
Okay.
2716 looked kind of
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, can always look ugly.
Oh, that's
And
right.
your
That's another
pop-
reason for me not to vote for it.
And your
Yeah.
Berkshire. What were you
and
saying?
your
Berkshire?
prize is a photo of the one that got scrapped a few months after it got put on display.
Oh no!
In
Right.
1954, the casino donated 2701 to the city of Buffalo, New York,
Oh god damn it, Buffalo!
and it had only been on display 1 week, and all the glass was broken. Everything that could be moved was.
God damn!
And then
Oh.
the souvenir hunting vandals got through so bad that it got scrapped after a few months. Oof,
Oh no!
that's terrible.
That makes me so sad. Well,
Buffalo, why?
at least we
The
still have the
tragedy of an
Buffalo
engine that
terminal.
should have survived but died very fast.
At least we still have the Buffalo
Yeah.
terminal, which, for the record, I just
Yeah.
want to throw out there, I couldn't make this into a discussion topic, a full-fledged discussion topic, but they released this whole master plan, and I have not had the chance to read it yet. But it involves the Buffalo terminal and like stuff with it. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna figure out what's going on here because I'm
Pretty
interested. I've
cool.
always had a soft spot for the terminal,
Yeah.
and I'm also gonna throw it down in the cargoes for anybody else. To take a look at.
Don't you mean Douglas Union Station?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But
Gula Union Station.
let's talk about
Well, we could talk about passenger wheel with the brand new Walking Mountaineer in Utah.
this is kind of funny. I mean, obviously it's a good service.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like, oh, the Rocky
I-
Mountaineer. What does it do? Well,
I've talked about them for years, and they're good.
Well, it moves.
it goes over the route that Amtrak goes over, sort of.
Yeah,
Well, actually, what is
Yeah.
it? Does it go all the way to Moab? Nope.
yeah, it does.
Oh,
It goes to 7
travels
Mile.
Then the branch to a platform at 7 Mile where buses take passengers to a hotel in Moab. Why doesn't it go further?
I don't know.
Don't know. There's probably the first passenger train on that branch line in many decades.
That's
so-
true.
Hmm.
Is there freight on that branch line now, or has it
Yes.
just been? Oh, okay.
It's
Yes,
been freight
they're,
for
um,
a while, I think.
I think they run a couple of trains a week through there.
Gotcha. Oh, you know what? It does. I wish I knew. Where is 7 Mile? I'm gonna need to
7
look. I'm gonna
Mile.
need to look into this. But tell us about
Yep.
the Rocky Mountaineer, Milky.
So anyway, they just started their on the 15th router. They had their debut for walkies to Red Walks. Is what they're dubbing
God
this
damn it.
excursion. Which I mean, you're just going between two walks.
Between a rock
Yeah.
and another rock.
Yeah,
Between
It's a
a rock and
that's
a
not a
hard place, which is
boulder.
also a rock.
It's a walk.
Oops, we went.
No.
down.
Anyway, they're they're using two UPS-70Ms for their
Never mind.
operation because they have PTC and everything else does not. As much as I
Never
want to
mind.
see their GP40 things on this, they don't have PTC.
Hmm.
So, anyway,
Yeah,
you
and
can
they
take a
look
nice
just
unit train
beautiful.
wide.
Aren't they
Yeah.
supposed to get like, a proper paint job, or is this it?
Yes. They are supposed to get a proper paint job.
Okay.
They're gonna have them wrapped
Okay.
for the service, but you gotta do something
Plasti
when you're
dipped.
starting up your new fanciest cruise and train on the main line. So anyway, yeah, it's now in Maine.
It runs from Denver?
Neat. Yeah, it runs from Denver,
Okay.
so you can ride through the Moffat Tunnel too on the Walking Mountaineer. So now there's like 5 trains that you can ride. They're different trains through the Moffat
You
Tunnel.
can ride the Zephyr, or you can ride the ski train,
The
or
Zephyr.
you can
Yeah.
ride the Rocky Mountaineer.
Yeah. Tons of options now for riding through Moffat Tunnel.
Mhm.
Anyway, seems to be going well so far, and CNN did a thing on it. That just goes into a little bit more detail, but it's nice. It's a cool idea going from a big population center like Denver to this really beautiful area in Utah.
I want to say, so I figured out why they don't go as far.
Why?
There is an RV park at 7 Mile, and there's basically, what looks like a purpose-built train station area. There's the tracks, and they run right next to a very large parking lot, and there's a bunch of
what,
trailheads, and
Yeah, I can I can see how they would stop there instead of the actual town.
yeah. Well, they don't
You know,
quite
you-
get to the actual town. The closest you can get is the
Right.
northern portal of the tunnel, which is in the middle of like a huge industrial-looking area. They've even
yeah,
got like
yeah.
cranes to unload intermodal containers there.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's the best station. You
Yeah.
wanna go there.
Well, the crazy thing to me is the south portal of the tunnel is where the scenery gets even better. Like you're robbed of the best part of this branch line by getting off in Moab. Like,
Yeah,
and it's kind of a shame.
Yeah,
It
no,
is really crazy. It comes out in this absolutely ridiculous canyon called Bootlegger Canyon, and then it
Yeah.
snakes along the Colorado River and ends at a place that does potash. But
cool thing.
potash.
But
And
So,
obviously,
that-
it'd be ridiculous and impractical to get people from there. But damn, is that
Yeah.
last few miles of run?
Yeah, that's a good few miles of run.
Maybe they do it down and back.
They should. Somebody should petition them to do it down and back.
Yeah. And then they can turn the engines around there.
Overnight stay in Glenwood Springs,
well,
followed by a
alright.
departure Tuesday morning for Denver. Oh no, they weren't able to get an agreement. They don't leave from Union Station.
Oof.
They leave from UP's yard.
Okay, that's interesting.
that's kind of
Yeah.
discount.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They said that they couldn't reach an agreement with RTD about trains going to and from Union Station,
Ooh.
but they want to. They said they're gonna try.
Yeah.
Imagine boarding in a yard.
Oh God.
I mean, I
Just
can.
get run over at any
but-
moment.
Yes. The
It's cool,
true, authentic experience.
They've been doing test
Don't
trains
you
for over a
authentic
month.
road experience?
Yeah.
They asked me about a tunnel district. Turn to the front of the car and correctly explain to everyone how we're going through 25 tunnels within the track span of a mere 10 miles. Hence, it was called the tunnel district. Basically, they're saying that the people here know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
There were a number of long delays waiting for other traffic, including one involving the Zephyr.
Yeah.
And it says, but UP dispatchers probably knew this was only a tune-up for the real thing. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Get used to it, guys.
Yep.
I didn't realize these are like bud coaches that they use.
Oh yeah, these are
they're
50s
from
vintage.
Sweden.
They're ex-Via stock, and Via
Yeah.
didn't have the best stock to begin with.
Yeah, when Via decides something is too old, you know it's old.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
It's like dying old.
we'll put the stuff about the Rocky Mountaineer there in the cargo so you guys can take a look at it. I mean, I think isn't it, how expensive is it? Does it say?
Very.
Very? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
I
Price
think
tag of
I
yes.
think the prices that I could find were up around a few grand.
Yikes!
Which
Alright.
props to the people that can do that, but wow.
You know
But
what? I think
still,
I'll
what
take
the
the
hell?
California Zephyr for.
But yeah, again,
Gee.
you get that rare mileage out of it.
I mean, a little bit of it, not the best part of it
No.
though. Give me a hand
No,
car, I'll
no.
do the rest of the rare mileage on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
I mean,
schedule
how
on the Cane
often
Creek
you-
sub?
Right. I don't know. Ask Dovetail Games. They made it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made
Train
it.
Sim World 2 has a Cane Creek branch now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Does it have the Rocky Mountaineer on it?
No.
No, just
It's not
a couple of
historically
nuclear
accurate,
waste
then.
trains and some potash.
If you want the full Cane Creek sub experience, you have to do it virtually. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to those on the Rocky Mountaineer. It sucks to be you guys. You don't get to go to the best part. You paid a few $1,000s to board the train, not at the station.
Yeah.
But at least the people on board know all about the scenery.
Yeah.
As an aside, we have the Boston Sprinter, which came out for Train Sim World recently. Love it or hate it.
Train Sim World
What?
Train Sim World Rushed Hour.
Yeah, I know. Love it or hate it. I know there are a few things wrong with it. They mentioned it in the dev streams, the stuff that they're trying to fix. But I'm just
I'm
glad to
hyped,
see my area getting a little bit of love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That looks cool.
Oh no, I had a clothespin in my pocket. When I bent over, I destroyed it.
Oof.
Oof.
It's now in multiple pieces. Oh well. Say goodbye to my only plastic clothespin.
Oh,
Yep.
The spring.
all depends.
Find some glue.
No, I'm not doing that. with
I'm
the
blue
clothespin.
and I got some glue.
Yeah, so yeah, I put the links to the Boston Sprinter in there as well. But the to get the clerical stuff out of the way, I wanted to talk about. I know it's been a couple of episodes since we've talked about CP and CN and KCS and their bizarre love triangle.
The Triarch saga where it merged.
Yeah, exactly.
Which team are you on?
Vote
don't-
now on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We're now phones.
So, CP is providing another deal. They're let's see. They're offering $300 a share, which is still short of CN's offer, but more than their previous offer. And
They're grinding on them.
KCS had a shareholder vote on August 19th to consider CN's offer, which
Didn't
they
push it
recommended
back?
that shareholders approve that
Wait,
bid.
hold on.
An influential shareholder advisory committee recommended that KCS investors approve the CN merger proposal. So, all signs pointing to CN.
Unless the shareholders say no. But
Right. And there's a vote.
They could.
There's a vote on whether they're going to do that merger. And
Yeah.
it's been postponed. So,
Oh, that's the one that was.
yeah,
Okay.
so KCS stockholders were set to vote on the deal on Thursday. So this was this past Thursday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was supposed to be August 19th. That's what we were talking about, that August 19th meeting, which apparently did not happen. It expects to rule on the voting trust by August 31st. So, yeah, so the STB didn't rule on whether the voting trust was okay or not, and so the vote got postponed. And now we may see a vote by the end of the month or early next month.
I
Okay.
think it's going to be early next month
Yeah,
because
probably.
it says here in the article the STB said earlier this week it would deliver its decision on the CN deal by August 31st. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're going to go to that.
They're going to go the distance.
So
They're going to keep them waiting.
They're going to go to yeah. So I'm expecting a vote on the CN deal sometime the first week of September.
Hey, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, the stockholders need to vote on it, and then the STB needs to approve it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
So there's still some hurdles they need to get over. Here's hoping they
Yeah.
don't. I'm on CP's
Hopefully
side of
the
this. I mean,
shareholders know what they're holding and know what's best for their company.
yeah.
Not
Well-
financial advice, but seriously,
you know,
do your
coolness-wise.
research when
Do
you're
your
in
own
the stock.
research.
Do the research. Look it up.
Yeah.
Google it.
Do the DD.
Lots of people are telling me that that this CP merger is better, that the CN merger is a bad deal.
Yeah, right.
People everywhere are saying it. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I really want CP to get this railroad, if anybody. I don't know why. Just
Yeah.
I feel like
It makes
CN.
more sense.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, considering CN already has the
CN
north-south
having
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, CN already has tracks into Nolans, so
Yeah,
Nolans.
they don't
I would
need
much-
they don't
Yeah,
need
they
the
don't
redundant
need
track.
Yeah, but really they
Oh,
should
well,
I
just,
would much prefer CP to get it.
really what they
It-
should do is just friggin' just leave
It-
leave KCS
it-
alone.
And
Give it
STB
to
could deny
Conrail.
it for the same
Give it to
reason
Conrail.
that the ICC denied SPSF parallel tracks.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
parallel track between CN and KCS.
No, but trust me, guys,
Oh,
they'll definitely
man.
sell off that piece of track. That spare piece
Yeah,
of track. They're
definitely.
definitely going to sell it to someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Who would buy that? It becomes the largest G&W line.
No,
Oh,
G&W has a 300-mile thing.
Is that in Australia?
Nope, it's here in California.
Where?
They own the SJVR. It's
Oh,
300
yeah,
miles.
San Joaquin Valley. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, G&W, again.
G&W. Why is it always you?
Because it's always them.
They're coming in my Pan Am deal. They're coming in on this KCS deal potentially. I don't like it. We don't need more orange. Get them out of here.
Orange!
Just what would make me happy? You know what would make me
What?
really happy?
Blue.
If G&W buys the Pan Am corporate image and just rebrand
that would-
Canada.
to Pan Am.
That would be... No. Not the combination of Pan Am and Rail America colors.
Galaxy
that would look
Brain.
beautiful.
Galaxy
It's
Brain.
either that or Elon Musk. I mean, somebody's got to buy the Pan Am corporate image.
Yeah.
Ew, no.
Yes.
Get
yes.
Musk out of here.
No, make it. No, it has to be. Here's why.
He's
Listen,
disgusting.
shut up. Let me throw you my pitch here. It's not about him. It's about space.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
it's
Pan Am to the moon.
yeah. So Pan
Oh,
Am
boy.
has been a plane company and a train company. Where did they go next? Obviously, SpaceX should rebrand as Pan Am Spaceways. It
Okay,
would-
that
Yeah.
I would accept.
Thank you,
I would actually like to see Pan Am Space.
Pan Am Space. Either that or like
Pan
the
Am
White
Spaceways.
Star Line buys the Pan Am.
Oh, it becomes
mean
a
Cunard?
shipping company.
Or
Fine
yeah, sorry,
ships.
Cunard. Cunard buys the rights to Pan
Yeah.
Am and they become a shipping company. Or Evergreen, just to rebrand after their incident.
Pan Am Subway.
Ooh, what's it called? Just a trucking company. Planes, trains, and automobile.
There you go. And then we can have planes, trains, and automobiles, except it's a documentary on the history of Pan Am. It's
I'd
still
watch.
it still has the same cast though.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
It would be hard, but it would be hard. Pan Am is also dead, so
Yeah.
Whip.
Let's talk of blue.
No.
Blue locomotives. What? Blue, whatever.
Blue dabba dabba die.
Yes, the Tennessee Valley Railroad, Museum actually obtained a blue locomotive. Well,
Hey.
semi-blue.
It's
It's
hot.
blue and white. It's the color of the
Blue.
sky. Who cares? But we,
Unless you're in.
I don't work for them. But the TVRM received a locomotive from the Tennessee Valley Authority, Fairbanks Morse, H16-66, which is actually extremely rare.
It's a baby
Yeah.
train master. It's so cute.
Yeah, the baby. Yeah, it's a teeny weeny. Now it doesn't run, which sucks. But
Disappointed.
Railman part.
but locomotive, which is good enough. Like I didn't even know that the TVA still had something like this, which is interesting to
It
say.
makes things.
Isn't the
I'm
TVA
sorry.
government?
Yay.
Yeah.
That's why.
Socialism.
It's
It was.
it's
In this
like
case,
a
happily socialism noises because they saved the Fairbanks Morris.
Yay.
Mm,
But it
Man.
was what was this at TVA's generating plant in Gallatin,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
best say.
It was.
But
It spent. Oh wait, hold on. When did they get this engine?
they got it.
New from factory.
So 1958 to 1997, it was running a 4-mile line, just
Yeah.
bringing coal back.
And they only
forth.
fired it up about
Yeah.
once a month, to my understanding.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh.
Railman part. Or I think.
This
Totally.
Huh?
shows me something interesting. So I didn't know that Fairbanks Morse didn't enter the locomotive sphere until after the after World War II, and they did it because
Yeah.
they designed all these engines for submarines and stuff, and they were like, oh, maybe we can make
Yeah.
locomotives out of this.
Yeah, the what's it called? Pancake engines.
That's why they're that's why the ones that do assist the Fairbanks Morris engines, they're really easy to
They were-
get parts for because they're still around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Fairbanks Morse still supports their engine. Can you go online and just order new Fairbanks Morse parts? Because that's
I think
fantastic.
you can
You
order.
can.
I think you can order from factory, but yeah.
Effing
I think
outstanding.
Fairbanks. Doesn't at
Didn't
this
this-
point Fairbanks Morse also own the 251? Or am I wrong in that?
What is it?
251.
The Alco.
The Alco engine.
Oh,
I don't
Hell
know
no.
if they do.
I don't think people
They
make
might.
new parts for Alcos these days. Actually, we had
Oh.
an article that was kind of disappointing about what was this, the Alco doc?
Yeah.
Who was that? I had him in here, and I might have just cleaned that article out, which is kind of unfortunate, because it was about some mechanic who was very good with Alcos had just retired finally.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Here
they
it is.
won't
Previous
have the,
episode, Alco Doctor Tires.
Oh, there he is. There he
Fifth
is.
line.
So we're just gonna throw this in there, just to bounce off of that slightly. This was actually a Genesee Valley guy, who was, let's see, in Batavia. No, sorry, where was Genesee Valley's fleet of Alcos grow from more than 10 to more than 50? He set standards for maintaining Alcos. Where does G&W have Alcos? Oh, sorry. No, this is different than this is
isn't
different than
G&W.
G&W. This is okay.
If it was G&W, they all
Genesee
in
Valley,
the-
based in Batavia, New York.
Okay, so these are the guys that run the
all Alco fleet.
yeah, and the what is that? The not the DL and W, but is it just the
DNA.
DL? Delaware Lackawanna, right?
Or
DNH,
maybe,
I
don't
think.
know.
No, not the DNH. Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing research. Yeah, because I glanced at this and I went, wait a minute. No. G&W doesn't have Alcos.
Mm. Yeah.
I can't find.
Mm.
I just googled Genesee Valley railroad. Oh, it's transportation company. Hold on.
Nice.
What is this, Open TTV?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it is. It is that the Delaware Lackawanna and the what are the other railroads? Can I just get a list here? Like, come on, give me a map.
Oh, that would be too easy.
Open menu, regions of operation. I don't know. Whatever. They've got Alco's. Alco's good. Fairbanks Moore is also good.
Yes.
Can I just mention that this guy's name, Don Colangelo,
Yay, boys.
is a very mob name.
Don Colangelo.
Yeah, it's like
That does
it's like something you would
sound
see in the Mafia franchise. Don Colangelo.
He was a level 100 boss. That's why he retired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how Mafia works. You get more Alcos and then you retire.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these. Back to the TVA engine briefly. 3060 was one of the last locomotives they delivered to any railroad, as they exited the locomotive in 1963, having produced less than 1,500 units. That's mind-boggling to me. I feel like Fairbanks Moore's locomotives were like everywhere, but I guess in really small numbers.
Yeah. Yeah,
They had the Erie Builts, they had the Sea Liners, they had the Train Masters, they had a few transfer units.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had the
that was about it.
That double-ended road switcher. What was it called?
The switching
Train Master.
Oh wait, no, that's not it. The Train Master.
No, not Train Master.
No, the Train Master. Not Switching Maximus.
I'm thinking of the LT 2500. Am I? I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the line thing.
Yeah,
Okay, my bad.
And then the Baby Train Master, and they also had a switcher, which I love those things.
Yeah. The HH
6600, I think, or sorry, HH 660 or something.
Yeah.
That's
H84. Yeah.
I had one of those on Tolbrand.
Oh, nice.
Since I deleted everything, I don't have it anymore, but I had it. So, does the Tennessee Valley intend to restore this? Or what?
I don't believe so. Like they want it to be at least on display for their 60th anniversary in October, but running, I'm not too sure.
I don't know. They're quoting the lane with quote with Fairbanks Moore still supporting the engines, it isn't hard to imagine the locomotive operating to the present day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why doesn't it work anymore? Well, I guess they just ignored it for 2 decades.
That's what happens.
Like they just quit running it in on 97.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sat there.
It's just sat.
Sat there for
almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, ran when parked.
Yeah, ran when parked.
No low ballers. I know what I have.
I mean, that's why they hold on to it for all those years.
I mean, to be fair, that is a very no low ballers engine because it's so.
It's rare.
It's technically 40 to 94 ran when parked. So.
RER, rare.
Rare.
T-Gar. T-Gar. Oh, speaking of rare, freaking logo that like their freaking logo. It is basically rear RIR, but it's
rear.
I have to find it now. From no, not mentions. I gotta find my thing from. Yeah, like they got like a logo, and it was the okay, image. The here it is. The Tennessee Valley celebrating 60 years.
Oh.
Like, you tell me, in all honesty, this does not look like it says rear.
It says rear. Rear.
Yeah.
Rare.
Rare.
Apparently, only 2 survive about 59 produced
That's
of this
Oh.
so
so.
few.
Yeah.
Let me just
Hmm.
count. 2 divided by 5, 9.
Oh boy.
About 3.3%.
Yeah.
Low.
And they were only ran on 5 roads.
Still better than every single New Haven class. Like if
Yeah.
you cry every time.
The I-5s were hot.
Where were you
This
when
was
New
phase
Haven
1.
died? I was sitting on T.
Where were you when New Haven took down Penn Central? RKO.
I mean, that thing was going down anyway. We know this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they didn't help. That's
No,
Yeah.
all the debt from New Haven really didn't help the Penn Central.
Yeah.
It's the
They should have just fired Saunders and kept Perlman. Perlman would have ran the company fine.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about California High Speed Rail for a minute.
Oh boy,
Because
it's
we
me.
got a little bit of an update from them, which is nice to see. It's a video that I have not watched.
The Yuri
A great
update.
video.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is it have you guys watched it?
I watched it.
Okay.
I did too.
Have you?
It's yeah. This is all the stuff they've been completing and building here. It's actually kind of funny to see it take shape.
It's good
Yeah,
that
after
something's
all
happening.
these weeks that we've been talking about it on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a
the
regular
funniest-
staple here.
Yeah. There's actually the what's it called? Avenue 9 thing that actually or the Avenue 7 thing that actually inconvenienced me for a little while because I had to
construction?
go through that construction. Yeah.
But
They
it's
shut
worth
down
it.
Avenue 7 out here and it was on like one of the 2 roads to a vineyard. So that was cool. Because all this out here, except for Fresno, nothing but farms
Mhm.
for like
Yeah,
100 miles.
yep.
That's
I
why
know
it's a
very
good place to
well.
build something like this.
Yeah.
You know, you can just go. Which is
If you can get the farmers on side or just eminent domain them.
yeah, and that's been part of the problem as I've come to understand
Mhm.
being on the engineering side of it, because my company is one of those that's been doing work for California High Speed Rail. It's like everything's a mess, and there's still like land acquisition that needs to happen that hasn't happened, and it's just constant. Like, okay, why is it like this? Why are we doing this? Why, why are we doing this as a concept? But just
Why are we being stopped by this thing or that thing? And it's like a constant toll booth section, I guess.
yeah, it is frustrating that California High Speed Rail, talking about it for years. Can't wait for this to be a thing. It's amazing they're building this thing. California seemed like the only
Yeah.
state that could do it, and then here we are several years later, looking like, okay, so this is a very, very
Yeah.
well done study in how not to build high speed rail.
Yeah. It is.
Like
Exactly.
Or-
because
or-
we voted on this thing in 2006? 2007?
Oh boy.
And we didn't start construction until 2015 or 2016.
Yeah, it's a saga and a half.
A saga of failure and cost overrun.
It's very heavy weeding material if you want to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You notice
The only good thing.
I was gonna say, you notice
on.
the construction projects that go off without a hitch are the ones with very short Wikipedia pages.
Exactly.
What were you
Yes.
saying, Horizon?
The only good thing that's happened to the high-speed rail, like recently, and I mean recently as in the past 2 months, has been the most recent bit of news, which is the Bakersfield to Palmdale environmental review finally completed.
Hey.
And they think they have a route over the Tehachapies,
Oh,
which
wow.
is good.
Hey, I've
That's-
seen
that's
this one
huge.
before.
Because that's the entire key that's going to make
Yeah.
this thing either viable or just another route for the San Joaquin.
Or yeah, just make it make
Yeah.
sense, even a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
right now,
Like if it
Just
can
want
give
to cut off that shit, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because currently because it's going to go from Bakersfield to Palmdale, and Palmdale already has like Metrolink, which goes
Yeah.
straight into LA Union.
Hmm.
It's just going to be a bit of a costly rail route rehabilitation to actually get the electric trains they want into Union. If that happens, it's going to be amazing. I don't see it happening for like
I
5 years.
mean, it wouldn't be the first time that there were electric trains at LA Union. Pacific
Yeah,
Electric.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a really important key there, so that you have
Yeah.
passenger trains that close that gap.
That gap is so annoying whenever you're just trying to get from the valley here to LA, because it's either it's either a 6-hour drive or a 7-hour Greyhound
Yeah.
or a 1-hour flight, but you got to go through security and LAX.
Yeah, so it's basically a
It's
4-hour flight,
Yeah.
Basically a 4-hour flight, yes.
and you
And-
get molested.
And well,
Can't
not
confirm they did that to
usually.
me.
Well,
Yeah, it's only sometimes. TSA is nice about it. Oh,
famously,
I had a thought.
They were nice in
Yeah.
the corner.
I just had a thought and I was distracted by it.
well, I mean, the other
what was
the thing you weren't mentioning is or you could take like 2 days on a train to do it.
Yeah, or 2 days on a train. Ooh, there's the thought. If the high-speed rail, and I know this is kind of a bit off topic, but if the high-speed rail project had just been junked from the beginning and like a 2 or 4 track main built over the Tehachapi's, that would have probably been better. So,
Well,
I think in the short run, you're
Because-
definitely right. In the long run, it is nice
Mm.
that we will have a high-speed
Yeah.
rail corridor, even if it's, as it stands, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a starting point. You know,
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere.
the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, but the first step was
Yeah.
onto spikes, and so was the second, and then the third was on some cobras.
You know,
Yeah,
everything's
learning
fine.
experience. Yay!
Yeah. Well, that's the reality of building infrastructure projects in the modern era, and I wish it would
Yeah.
change, but I don't know how to change it. I am a cog in this machine. I work for a a consulting firm, and it's like
Yeah,
I'm one of the people where it's like maybe if I did my job better, things would be better. But it's like I don't know if I'm the problem. I have no idea how to fix this.
it's just like always assume you are the problem. Always be better.
I mean, yeah, true, be better, but like, I'm sitting there going, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to keep myself under budget. Maybe if I'm a little less lazy, this will be a little less of a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not working on California
Yeah.
high-speed rail, at least not right now. I was
Mhm.
being teased about getting put onto it, maybe a couple of years ago, but
Oh,
I've got-
fun!
yeah. And then it had a huge
That-
disaster, like a huge funding disaster, and everything ground to a halt. And then, so it was like,
We had
oh,
a funding disaster back in 2018. We spent the entire budget for the entire projected line, all its phases, just on this one phase in the Central Valley. Like all the funds gone.
yeah.
Not even funds for actual trains.
Well,
we had
those
the
aren't
stuff
important.
for the infrastructure. Yeah, just drive a car on them, like that guy in Philly.
Oh God, I was gonna use that
Oh,
as my
dude.
termination. I was gonna use that as my termination
too
because
late.
I found out we have video of it. We have actual
Oh,
video of the
no.
person driving onto the train tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
Oh,
where is it?
dude.
Where is it?
I think I've done that in a video game a couple times.
Yeah, I know. This is GTA, except he failed. He didn't make it through.
Car and tunnel.
He was
Mission
running from the cops
failed.
and he
We'll
didn't
get
make it.
next time.
Here, I found it. It's just I labeled it car in tunnel. I'll show the audience now. Go back to the beginning. and he just drives. He drives right in. He just and then he shows up at 37th Street Station, and he's just going. He's driving fine, and then he hits a bump and stops. I think his front wheel falls into the gap between the like half ties.
Hashtag just Jeep things.
Just it's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand. I was actually gonna say just SEPTA things because they never seem like they're able to catch a break. They're always breaking stuff or having things happen to them like this. I just
when the random person just drives into your tunnel, which sounds really bad now that I think about it.
Like this one isn't their fault. They've had plenty that are absolutely their fault. This one isn't, but good lord, how does SEPTA continue to exist?
Magic.
Yeah, I just
Philly magic and thrown batteries.
The question is, how did he manage to like get onto the tracks and think, yes, this is road?
Yeah, right. That area is
it's
not.
A Jeep. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna pull up that area on maps really quick, and I'll show you guys where it is if you guys haven't found it before. Because I went looking for it the other day, because I was met with the question of how far did this guy actually drive down the tunnel. The answer is not very far, but possibly farther than you might expect someone to be able to drive down a
rail
trolley
tunnel.
Or yeah. So, although wait a minute, this isn't. I'm realizing something, and it's concerning me deeply. That picture is of a different incline than the one that I found. Which means he definitely drove a lot farther than I thought he drove. Unless this is old and they've reconfigured this since then. Let me check the street view just to see if it looks any different.
It's like, did he drive until the other exit?
I don't know how this person. I need to look at the video again. I don't know how this person got on the tracks. Where is this? Where is this? Because it's not here. Hold on, I'm just gonna put this up while I look for this, and then we'll talk about rednecks and steam locomotives. Because I know
that's gonna be fun.
That one's sort of sitting there, just waiting for us to address it. Where? So 37th Street.
I'm off the track.
Which line? Hold on.
Yes.
37th Street Station. Okay, so where is it? There's 36th. There's 34th. There's 40th.
You're going the wrong way.
No, I know. I've missed it. There's 37th Street. Is this 37th Street? Spruce and 37th Street? Okay, where's the tunnel entrance? Oh, right there. Oh my god.
How far did he drive?
Okay. So he entered presumably at the 40th Street trolley portal. I'll show the audience this as well, and I'll give you guys the link to the location. The 40th Street trolley portal. He just straight up drove down the trolley tracks. Hold on, let me do this and show off. He drove in through this pedestrian gate? No, he drove in here. Oh, he just followed the train tracks from the road. He followed the trolley tracks. He's probably coming down here, and he just bare left into the station.
He drove that far?
Drove through
Maybe
the
he was
station.
From Chicago.
What?
Maybe he's from Chicago.
Right.
Yeah, right. Into this, entrance, and then he drove. Let's see. This is a total of measure distance. This is a total of about half a mile, a little less than half a mile underground, to get to. Well, actually, that's more than a little bit more than a quarter mile, but That's a long way to drive on trolley tracks. To just commit. To just, he must have at some point
He-
realized, hey, wait a minute, this isn't a road, but decided that the best course of action was to just keep going until he couldn't go anymore. I guess he was expecting to come out the other side,
He full bore sent this one.
which I'm just going to look at this real quick and figure out where the other side is. First of all, there's a right angle turn there. Oh god. Oh my god, it goes under the Schuylkill River, keeps going. It doesn't come out. Guys, it doesn't come out. It goes to a loop under the City Hall in Philadelphia, and then it goes back the other way. So
It goes back.
he would have had to drive the entire distance from
Imagine if
40th.
he got the whole way back and just ended up where he started. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He would have had to
Wow.
drive the entire
Dude,
distance to City Hall, which is over 2.5 miles. He would have spent 5 miles driving in a tunnel, at least,
Jeez.
on train tracks.
Like at some moment he should have realized this doesn't feel like a road anymore.
He should have felt that the moment he drove into the tunnel and stopped. But he just went forward.
But
He just
then again, it's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand.
he's like, oh, I can make it over this.
It's a
It's just a little bumpy.
It's just a little bumpy.
Yeah.
Right?
Why can I move?
These are the kinds of people that should not be restoring steam engines. Unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Well,
here they
I mean,
are.
I am kind of
I think
surprised.
he would say that maybe when he drove into that tunnel, he might have gone a bit too far.
He went too far.
I mean, I'm honestly kind of surprised that he didn't encounter any rail traffic.
Well, he was going in the direction of rail traffic, so unless he rear-ended
Oh,
a trolley in the tunnel.
I mean,
God, I'm just looking at
I wouldn't
the
put it past him.
rednecks.
Oh my
I would
God.
not put it past him at all.
Yeah, this is the one day that SEPTA is running wrong side, just because he
Yeah.
just heads on into a trolley in the trolley tunnel. That would be the most SEPTA thing to possibly happen, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he went too far. We have this beautiful video.
It's not very responsive.
TJ,
What's
do you
wrong
want to
with the
talk to
model?
us about this situation?
Yeah, so this is like a railfan meme that's come up, especially Steam meme.
Steam
meme. On this
Steam meme.
poor
He
40
rode roughly and often came off the rails.
a poor 40 in the Pacific Northwest,
Somewhere in Washington.
and
Not Oregon. Not Oregon.
not Oregon, yeah, not just he needed to make that clear.
We're smart here. We don't do this.
They, I don't know if they're trying their best.
They're doing something.
They're doing something, and they
They're
steamed
doing
up
a
the
hecking
locomotive
move.
here, this Forney here,
Yeah.
and ran it like shit for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Drove
rode
it off the end of
rail.
the track.
And then, throughout the video, proceeding to explain how broken the locomotive is
I wonder how
and
that happened.
how negligent they are. So, I just think it's interesting. There are two concepts of Forney restoration going on in the United States
Yeah.
right now. There's the West Coast, we went too far, and there's the East Coast main narrow gauge.
We're just gonna bundle everyone together with that. I mean, I'm not sure how many Forneys you have on the West Coast there, but this might be the only one, and they crashed it.
So
It's a few, but
It's a few.
I mean, we do have the Grizzly Cracks engines.
nah, I'm
which
talking about the
haven't
ones that are being
been
restored
roofed.
right now.
No, this one's restored. It runs. See, it's done. The restoration's complete.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's done.
They ran on the main line, all 50 feet of it.
Yeah. No, TJ, it says 100% complete.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. 1309
Oh.
also
No, the
100%
actual
complete.
description is my reaction to it. What the fuck? Oof.
Well, just two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to narrow gauge
Team
hornies.
restoration.
Yeah. How to break
Fixing
a
them.
horny.
Also, there's another 060 that's running there. I guess it's kind of related. Just kind of.
Hey,
I mean, we're just talking about
it's
Foamer's,
the right way to do it.
Foamer's thoughts on restoring locomotives. Also, this okay, it isn't a Wooten, but it looks like it could be. This is. I wanted to think about this because this is something that could come up on a potential New Jersey trip, because it's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It is a 060 that is running in Bridgeport, New Jersey, and it's now on the Northeastern Industrial Switching Railroad, or whatever. What is it called? SMS stands for what?
Yeah.
It just says it's just SMS Rail. Part of the roster in the Northeastern Industrial Switching Railroad, made famous for its fleet of Baldwin diesels, passed a hydrostatic last year. So yeah, it was at the New Hope in Ivyland in the 60s and 70s, and yeah, and then it was bought by SMS Rail Lines, and now it's gonna haul freight, I guess.
I suppose.
Yeah,
Also, that beard in the second picture. Oh
Is
my
that
lord.
Is it the East Coast or the Northeast's 142?
I hope so. Where was this? What was this originally? It looks
U.S.
X-Reddit.
Army.
Oh, U.S. Army. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
An
US
army
Army
brat built by
4023.
Alco in 42.
They've got a website. SMS lines, locations, PA/NJ, and of course, no map, because that's too difficult.
Yeah.
Click here.
Not
Okay,
even-
found a map. Click here to view. Wow, there's a lot of. Oh wait, what? Did they color their
Ooh,
tracks
a
in
look.
the same color as the? No. This is an unhelpful.
Born as 4023, renumbered 616, sold to the Virginia Blue Ridge Railway, changed to the number 9, CBR dieselized,
SMS
New
lines
Hope and
map.
Ivyland, we used
Alright.
as a backup to New Hope and
Nope.
Ivyland's regular
That's not
engine. They put them up for sale, and yeah, now she's.
Where is? I cannot.
guess-
I cannot for the life of me tell where they run. I guess they just do some. I don't know. I don't get it. They have a map, but it doesn't seem
They
to show their
seem-
track.
They seem to have the vibe of neutral switching operator,
Right.
kind of like CSC
Conrail said
Yes,
that.
Conrail.
SOA.
Now,
Yeah,
if Conrail gets a steam engine, now that's good.
That'd be the day.
Yeah,
That would be
Conrail
pretty
steam
cool.
program. Seriously, I have no idea where they are. I know they're like around. They're around Philadelphia, it would seem.
they are in Jersey or the area of Jersey.
Yeah. Somewhere between Morrisville, Westville, Pureland. Morrisville. I'm gonna find Morrisville, or one of these places. I'm gonna
This is
figure out what they're
Bridgeport.
doing.
Didn't someone say Bridgeport, New Jersey?
They did say Bridgeport. Where is that? Bridgeport, New Jersey. I'm using the search function on the Open Railway map, which does not work very well.
Wow.
Honestly, I found it's easier to just look it up. Yeah, nothing found. Apparently that doesn't exist. Bridgeport, New Jersey. Help me, Google. You're my only hope. Okay,
Help me.
it's there. It's just south of Chester on the other side of the
Oh,
river.
here.
Uh,
Holy crap.
what?
There's a giant industrial complex.
I
Hmm.
see. So I guess they just do miscellaneous industrial switching.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna put this
So I
on
like this area called Jumbo.
Jumbo.
Yeah, right
If
here.
it's not a Sherman with extra
Is LBJ
armor, I
there?
don't want it.
It's a park called Jumbo.
Gotcha.
Did LBJ ever go there?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a very accessible
There it is.
park. but
SMS
okay.
rail lines. They've got so many engines just stuffed in here. Oh my god. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, you can get in here with a car. There's lots of crossings and stuff. Is there like a convenient photosphere nearby? No. Of course not.
Why would there be?
I'm gonna keep an eye out for this because I'd like to pay it a visit, and I should include it like on the trip doc or something.
They have a caboose on a flat car, it looks like.
That's where that belongs.
Wow.
Oh, they have another caboose and a bunch of locomotives.
Yeah. The guys running the 40 off the end is like a interesting follow-on to the people that put concrete in their engine, which
Yes.
you know.
They're like a weird growing group of rail restoration people.
They're
Scary.
so-called experts.
Yeah.
that are just
Scary.
Armchair
stuff.
experts.
That are just doing stuff. Like
There's
Oh,
people doing
porch
stuff
experts.
right, and then there's people doing stuff wrong in the preservation.
yeah. But they should restore and run on the mainline gobbles. Or fill it with concrete and run on the mainline gobbles.
What is gob?
God bless.
God bless.
Bagger gobbles.
Ah,
Mango gobbles. Anyway,
we don't have that saying out here.
there's so many of these. I mean, I don't think it belongs to a specific place. It's just internet.
The boomer.
It's not
Yeah.
regional.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's regional to the it's regional to Facebook.
Oh, their profile.
Ah,
picture
that's
on Google
why
Maps
I don't
is
go on Facebook.
I mean, I'm not
Is
part of
the
those groups
acting
either, but I've
just
still
like-
heard it. Would you say,
We
TJ?
mean-
said the profile picture for them on Google Maps is Erie unit.
Oh, all right. We had some movement on that Erie unit in Morristown, New Jersey, I think, or not Morristown. What was it? Port Jervis. So there could be something going on there, and I threw this in my trip doc as well, but apparently, like, the stuff got moved out of it, and then it's going to move back. New Port Jervis Transportation History Center, result of a joint effort by 4 nonprofits to open a museum at the former Erie Yard, including Operation Toy Train, the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis, Friends of Port Jervis Art and History, and the Tri-States Railway Preservation Society. So they're going to store equipment for the annual Toys for Tots train, which runs through northern New Jersey and southern New York. During COVID, this was sort of proposed, and now it's gaining a little bit of ground. This stuff, yeah, the thing that's interesting is there was stuff on this site, and I don't know, like, it had to be moved out, and then they're moving new stuff in. I don't know what's happening to the old stuff. It was like an E8 and some beat-up passenger cars. Like, they had no money. TJ, I think we've been by there once or twice.
Where?
Port Jervis. There was that round turntable and the E unit on it.
Yeah. I think we happened by there by accident.
Yeah. And so
We had pizza near there.
Hmm?
We had pizza near there.
Oh, did we?
Something like that. Yeah.
You know, it'd be fun. A map of every place we've had pizza. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
New England Rail and Pizza Tour.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Anyway. All right. So that should round out our discussion topics. Nothing really hard hitting this week, but
Except that Forney on the ground.
well,
Yeah.
you know, they just went
The
too
ground
far.
Was
Yeah.
that too
It just wasn't responsive enough.
Yeah.
They're too far.
This is why you fix all the parts of your engine before trying to drive it around.
And this is why when you test run your engine, you don't film it.
I mean, you should film it, but you should also not be bad at it first.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if somebody filmed that or not. Well, first of all, they decided to film it. Second of all, they decided to post it on the internet.
Yeah.
Which, that's two interesting choices in a row.
Yeah.
Following the first interesting choice of, we're just gonna restore this engine. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they're probably pretty happy with themselves. They have a steam engine to play with, but
Not
And
for
that's
long.
cool, and I respect that, and I want to be at that level someday.
I would
but,
like to
you
have a
know,
yard like that.
yeah.
I can do that, but I would also, well, not that specifically, but
Yeah.
specifically drive an engine off the end of the track.
Oops. TJ went too. Nah, just somewhere in TJ's backyard.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone want to pitch in and buy EBT number 3?
Sorry, I'm broke.
I have other engines. I'm sorry.
Which-
I'm taken in terms of Steam.
Anyway, does anybody have any advertisements before we go?
No.
I don't think.
Dean, you've been so quiet, I forgot you were here.
Bruh,
Okay, I did too.
Well, I have one, but
I
it's
just don't have much to talk
it's a
about.
niche topic.
Well,
Oh.
if you're trying to, as if this isn't.
here's the link to my hentai website.
Here's the link to my OnlyFans. Please look at everything on there before
it's
the end
not
of the month.
pornographic.
Before
Yeah,
it gets snapped.
But man, for the end of the world.
Yeah.
Some for my premium content, you know.
Yeah. If you do any of you watching the
exclusive, man.
podcast, if you want quality BattleTech memes, Tex Talks BattleTech of the Black Pants Legion. He's pretty good.
Okay, you got
Okay.
you like a link?
1 second.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with my termination here because I legitimately don't know what
Yeah,
what I
I
want to
had to
throw
go
in here.
do my meal pass because I found out the other day and I thought it was interesting.
It's been a
but-
very low key episode.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. It's a little
There we are.
fireside chat.
Yeah.
The Black Pants Legion. Okay.
He's pretty cool.
Oops. Well, all right. Shout out by proxy. Anyway, let's while we think about that, let's do the latest Amtrak. Don't nobody look at this map. Just give me your guesses.
Now, I'm gonna start out strong here with my boy, the Southbound Coast Starlight.
Southbound.
I'm not
Coastal-
sure. I'm not sure if I heard him honk at all, but
I haven't heard anything from my point of view, so I don't think it's a San Joaquin. So I think I'm probably gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with the Northeast Regional.
okay, that's
Northeast Regional
actually
before
great.
latest train and Amtrak.
Interesting pick.
Interesting.
it could happen.
It could
but
happen.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
we've
gonna
had it happen
say-
once on the show.
Westbound
Sorry.
Zephyr.
Westbound California Zephyr. Not an atypical call. Dean, what about you?
Eastbound Texas Eagle? I don't know.
Westbound Texas Eagle. All right. So the Texas Eagle is actually about to arrive in San Antonio. It's an hour and 52 minutes late, but it is not the latest train on Amtrak. Meanwhile,
Oof.
the Coast Starlight southbound to Klamath Falls is an hour and 28 minutes late.
Okay.
Obviously, also not the latest train on Amtrak, but pretty
Yeah.
late. Let me look at regionals real quick, although they are all green. There's a 1 minute early, there's an on time, there's a 3 minutes late.
I thought it meant latest arrival and not like latest. I miss.
Ooh.
There's an 18 minutes late, which I think is about as best as you're going to get on the regional right now.
Darn
This
it.
guy is, it's a silver meteor. It's not a regional.
I need
Let's
to read
see,
better.
the eastern, sorry, was it the eastbound California Zephyr?
West.
Westbound. Okay. You're in luck. The latest California Zephyr is a westbound. First off,
Hmm.
there's one that's on time. There's another one that is 52 minutes late, less than an hour.
Okay.
Not the latest train on Amtrak. The latest train on Amtrak is the Sunset Limited to New Orleans at 3 hours and
Ooh.
25 minutes late at El Paso, Texas. Yikes.
That's
I
not
wonder if that might be because of
horrible.
Because of the what?
because of a storm, maybe.
Who knows? It picked up
Who
all
knows?
that delay between Tucson and Benson.
Buxton.
So,
Ugh.
When the LA's train would be like 6 hours late regularly or something.
yeah.
Those were the
Hopefully,
days.
Yeah, those were the days, unless you happen to be on those trains. There's also a Cascade,
Yeah.
that's 2.5
getting
hours late.
money.
Yeah, but like the world was a better place.
Ooh.
We weren't trying to kill each other, you know.
Oof, that's terrible for Cascade.
Yeah, that is. It left Tacoma 2.5 hours late, and it's done nothing. It has not made up any time. It has not really lost any time. It's just 2.5 hours late.
Ooh,
You gotta
that's-
wonder what happened there. Although there's always the Nope, never mind. Actually, there's always. What time does the Empire Builder arrive in Seattle? No, that wouldn't have made any sense either.
No.
Because I was gonna say it could have been waiting for something, but that doesn't work.
That's not how Amtrak works. Especially Cascades.
I mean,
Cascades is usually just back and forth subtle service, basically.
they will hold your connection for a certain amount of time,
Yeah, that's true.
unless they can put you on a bus. Like, is how I got to experience that lovely section between L.A. and Bakersfield, because I missed my connection to the Coast Starlight, so they just put me on a bus.
Welcome
Good
to
times.
Amtrak Thruway Connection. How may we not
Yeah.
serve you today?
That was the second throughway connection that trip, but that was the first one that was unplanned. It was like, oh, we're not going to make it.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it. Oh, well, they're just going to throw us on a train.
Mm-hmm.
Or on a bus, rather, to get to the other train,
Yeah.
to get to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. When that gap closes, it's gonna be amazing.
I sure hope so. I hope it closes someday soon.
It should in the next decade, maybe? I don't know.
Speaking of closing sometime soon,
Yeah, I know. Alright, let's wrap up. Let's see, am I going first? No, TJ, what's your termination?
if I'm still here tomorrow, thank you.
You're welcome, TJ. I'm also going to go batten down my hatches.
Fun stuff.
I'm hoping I can get this podcast up before, I can't put this podcast up anymore. Anyway, Dean?
Dean's dead.
Dean said he'd be right back.
Well, no, too late. He's not coming back. Let's see if we can end the podcast
well.
before Dean comes
Looks like my
back.
dad.
Yep.
Alright, Horizon.
It was gonna be in response to Dean saying wargaming is worse. But in lieu of that, don't do drugs, kids.
I'm going to write them both down. And Milky.
Mine is an actual piece that's related to the topic of the show. It's two DNSL lawyers off of their 2660s
Alright.
in Alamosa in the 50s.
That's a cool picture.
Unfortunately, they did not survive.
I
Otherwise,
cannot.
we would have freewheel
Yeah,
grams.
The link is broken.
No, we just are not. Links to
Oh,
files in the
permission
forum are
denied.
only allowed from this website.
Oh, what was? Okay, you know what? We're saving the image. Yeah, starting it,
Rip.
and
I'll put the image. I'll post it in the cargo stock.
okay. But anyway, there they are in all their beauty.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
They're just.
Apparently, the smoke box door is the only surviving part of these.
Oh my lord! All right, I'm gonna put it underneath the title on its own page.
Okay,
That looks hilarious because the stack is so wide.
thick.
All right.
Big step.
thanks for coming on this episode, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. And, of course, thanks to Stephen West from Steam Locomotive for putting their beautiful website together and making that part of the show possible. And thank you to the viewers. Thank you to Virtual Railfan for not giving us any copyright strikes yet for using your cameras. And, I don't know. Thanks, thanks all around. Hopefully I don't get sucked off in a hurricane.
Well, whoa, that sounds fun.
Fair enough.
I'm
Many
in.
words. So many words I could
In
say.
case of emergency, call Conrail. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Or not.
Bye.